We just have a quick little introduction here. As you can kind of see, we've had an accident. So earlier today, there was a party. Maybe a lot of you were there. Maybe you weren't. There were some things that happened there, and like with everything we do in life, every decision we make, there's always unintended consequences. Some good, some bad. And really, we're not in control of those sometimes. But anytime that we introduce in alcohol, drugs, our decision-making ability changes. We get impaired somewhat. And these types of things happen. So, while we were out doing all of our other exercises today, there was an accident. Of course, we got two vehicles in this accident. One vehicle rolled on its side. 4 people are involved. And here we are. So just one of the places that decisions can take us. One bad decision doesn't have to mean there has to be 2 bad decisions or 3. We all have the opportunity to make that, to stop these events from happening, okay? So this is really life, and are you ready?
911, what's the address of the emergency?
Just right behind the event center.
Where you're calling from?
709 2629.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Jacob.
Jacob, tell me exactly what happened.
We were coming home from this party, and I lost control, and I think I hit another car.
Okay, Jacob, I'm going to get help headed to you. How many vehicles are involved?
I think it's only 2.
Okay, and what type of vehicles are involved, Jacob?
I wrecked my Subaru, and then I don't know what I hit.
Okay, Jacob, is anyone trapped or pinned?
My friend went through the windshield. I don't know where she is.
Your friend went through the windshield? Okay. And other than your friend that went through the windshield, are there any obvious injuries?
My arm is cut up and my head really hurts.
Okay. Jacob, are the vehicles blocking traffic?
No, we went off the road.
Okay. How many people are injured, Jacob?
I don't know. Me and my friend I know, but probably the other people in the car.
Jacob, is everyone awake?
I don't know.
Okay, and is everyone breathing?
I don't know. I can't tell.
Okay, that's okay. This is all going over to first responders. They can see what I'm typing in. Is there fuel or fluid leaking from the vehicle?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Are there any other hazards involved?
I don't know.
Okay. And are the vehicles blocking traffic?
No.
Okay. Jacob, you're not going to be able to hear me, but I can hear you. Stay on the line. First responders are being sent, and I'll tell you exactly what to do next.
Okay.
Battalion 2 and Big Piney EMS, please respond right behind the event center. 2 vehicle accidents, one's a car, other vehicle is unknown. Unknown entrapment, 1 thrown from the vehicle. 2 injured for sure, 1 with major bleeding and a head injury. We do have 1 possible fatality. Unknown if anything is leaking from the vehicle. There is no road blockage. Timeout 11:01. Okay, Jacob, I've toned them out and they are on their way. Tell me when you see first responders arrive on scene.
Okay.
So as that page goes out, you can tell that a lot of folks in emergency services and law enforcement are coming to the scene. One thing you don't realize is that they're coming very fast. It's very, very dangerous. Okay? Not only dangerous for them operating their vehicles at high rates of speed, over the speed limit, lights and siren, but it's dangerous for the rest of the public that's out there driving on our roadway. So as law enforcement arrives on scene, they're going to take a look at the scene, start to put the puzzle back together from a crash standpoint to see exactly what happened. See where vehicles were prior to the crash, see how vehicles collided together, see how vehicles come apart, and where they end up. All that stuff is called evidence, especially when we talk about criminal proceedings and having evidence to potentially convict somebody of a crime. As I spoke to some of you today, and it's occurred through all your stations, there's seatbelt evidence, there's computer evidence of vehicles, there's skid mark evidence, evidence of drinking and driving or impaired driving. We'll talk about what you're about to witness as this scene starts to unfold. So first off, even law enforcement officers are going to check for injuries and see what they can do to assist from the first aid and the crash first aid standpoint. Once fire and EMS start to arrive, then law enforcement is going to go into their secondary role, which is collecting that evidence, starting to investigate what happened in the crash. The other thing you don't realize is one of their primary roles as well as other law enforcement officers arrive on scene, they want to ensure that a secondary crash doesn't occur. On highways and interstate systems in Wyoming, when one crash occurs, it's like a domino effect, ultimately allowing other drivers not to pass by. These are drivers that aren't paying attention to ultimately crash, or a second crash causing even more of a problem.
Okay, as you can see, EMS has arrived on this scene. Once they arrive on this scene, they'll take short reports from them officers that got there first to give them a quick rundown, okay? When this whole incident started, we do dispatch a lot of resources for you. You're talking ambulance, police, and also a life flight, okay? So as you can see, our EMS is arrived. They're going to assess the scene. They're going to make a quick assessment based on what the car looks like, what they see. Okay, so now EMS is got that quick report from the officers, right? Now we're going to start doing our own assessment, and we're going to start getting our equipment ready. We're going to start taking care of these people. Okay, we got life flight that has been dispatched. We're going to have land on scene today. Okay? Just a quick note on the side here. Once that helicopter starts to land, please hang on to your hats and sunglasses and all that so they don't blow away, all right? So the fire department, they're going to help out, and they're going to get us access to these patients. Okay, everybody know what the white sheet means? Yeah, not good, right? Okay, everybody hang on to your hats and stuff. We're going to land this helicopter. that helicopter shutting down and that crew's coming out to help, they do have some other things that the ambulance doesn't carry. They do carry blood. If this person needs blood, we can start giving them blood. They do have some medication that we do not have. That's why we call this asset. It's a 45 to 50 minute flight to a level 1 trauma center. That's our ultimate goal, is to get you to a level 1 trauma center in a quick crew. So, as you can see, my EMS got that critical patient out after they moved the deceased. That paramedic and them EMTs are going to go in. They're going to intubate. They're going to take over this person's airway. They're going to start some IVs. They're going to see what injuries they have, stop the bleeding. Just a number of things happen with this patient. All right. If you look at the far car, you also got another crew that's taking care of them patients in that vehicle. All right. They're going to get that patient out. They're going to do an assessment. They're going to see if they're okay. They're going to just do a quick triage of that and get them patients taken care of. So you can see now the flight crew, we work with these flight crews quite often. When they come in, they're part of our crew at that time. They work together with our crew and get that patient packaged up and ready to get them in that helicopter.
As you watch EMS and fire do their job, you also notice that law enforcement is performing field sobriety maneuvers on the driver in one of the vehicles. Call Trooper Larry, Trooper Moeller is giving instructions like you saw today in a couple different stations, trying to figure out how impaired the young driver is. Now in the state of Wyoming, driving under the impaired or influence of alcohol and drugs, for you, most of you in the audience, are you aware of what your legal limit is? One, if you're under the age of 21, you can't possess any alcohol, right, period. As well as in a bottle, okay, in a beer can, or ultimately in your body. Okay, that's minor in consumption. As well as if you are investigated for a driving while under the influence investigation, a .02 is what a youthful offender is for DUI. Okay, .02 is different than the standard adult consumption rate of a .08 is the legal limit for the state of Wyoming. So Trooper Mueller works on maneuvers. You watch EMS starting the package for the flight.
Okay, as you can see, that patient is critical. The life flight crew went to them. They're going to take over this person's airway. They're going to put that tube. If a lot of you seen that tube at our station today, we're going to put a tube in. We're going to take over his airway. He's real combative. We don't want him to be combative. They can't be combative in an aircraft. So just watching the procedures that are going to happen. A lot of things will happen in a short time. All right.
One of the worst calls we make on the radio is called 1079. We use 10 codes in law enforcement that mean all kinds of different things. 1079 means there's a fatality. And so when we call 1079 over the radio, whether it be on county dispatch or highway patrol dispatch, and ultimately our dispatch will notify the coroner who just pulled up. Because ultimately when there is a 1079 or a deceased individual on a crash scene, the coroner comes for a coroner's investigation and take custody of that body. So when I show up as the coroner, I'll do it just like this. I kind of try to stay out of the way of what's going on. I ask a few of the officers that are on scene a few questions about the situation and the circumstances of the accident. And then I go ahead and make preparations to what we call do the removal of the body. Here in just a minute, we'll go ahead and we'll take out our cot, and we will load up the deceased. And at that point,
My job is to go back to the funeral home, put the body in the cooler, and then locate the next of kin. In this case, it will be the student's parents, and the family then are going to have to prepare for funeral arrangements and the disposition of their child.
Okay, now they got this patient packed up. They're going to get him on their aircraft. You can see they put a needle in their chest to get the air on that chest to help them breathe better. As you can see on that second patient back there now, they're getting him packaged up. They're going to transport him by ambulance to our local hospital, okay? Like I said, a lot of things happen, so remember to grab your hats again when this helicopter takes off, all right?
While we're waiting for the helicopter to take off, you're going to arrive at the clinic's ER, and there's going to be a lot of things happening. We're going to call in our trauma team. We are going to then take over, the provider will then take over EMS, but EMS stays and helps us with all of our critical patients. Sorry. There are a lot of costs involved with a traumatic event. A significant trauma can cost anywhere between $1.5 to $750,000 million. Sometimes insurance will cover it, sometimes they won't, especially if there's been drinking or drugs involved. A helicopter ride in and of itself can cost anywhere between $25,000 to $75,000. Rehab takes a long time once you're out of the hospital, depending on the severity of your injuries. You can be at home doing rehab, or you could be placed in a rehab center, which then increases the costs again. There are many long-term deficits that come from the trauma. There are brain injuries, there's paralysis, there's death, there's coma, where you don't wake up at all. It takes a team to get people out of here alive, and we have a great team here in Sublette County.
Okay, you can see they're getting that second patient packaged up to transport to a hospital. You can see the teamwork that it takes and everybody coming together. EMS with the fire, with the law. We all work as a team on these scenes, and we don't want to give that news to the parents. We want this to not ever happen. All right, that's our goal. Everybody take a moment to look at this. This could happen at any time. This is here, we are here to prevent that.
So as the helicopter lifts off, I hope everybody knows that there was an arrest made, that the driver of the other vehicle involved was arrested for drinking and driving.
With the first offense DUI in the state of Wyoming,
you can almost guarantee about a $10,000 bill. If you talk about attorney fees, bonding out of jail, if you're allowed to bond out of jail, depending on the circumstances, that's a standard DUI. Okay. We talk about vehicular homicide, which has occurred here today. If an impaired driver causes a crash and it severely injures or kills another human being, it's an aggravated felony DUI. And that's what you're watching play out today, where a young individual made the wrong decisions to drink and drive at a level that he was too impaired to safely do it, and ultimately caused the death of another human being that you're watching unfold. There are three types of consequences when we talk about a DUI event, especially one with vehicular homicide. As a suspect, you can guarantee that there'll be criminal consequences, or you'll be held accountable to the law. There'll be civil consequences where the family of the deceased can sue you and take all your belongings and take money and future money. The most severe consequences is the fiscal consequence, where that individual that caused that crash, made those bad decisions, will have to live with that for the rest of their life. Those are three types of consequences you can be guaranteed to have.
You know, an accident like this just doesn't impact the ones involved. It's something that impacts all of us in our entire community. You know, when it's someone from the school, you guys, this will be an event that you will never forget. It'll be in your minds until the day you die. So, it's the same for us in emergency services and law enforcement. Every time we go to these things, a lot of times it's with the people that we know and care about. Sometimes it's our own families. You know, so even when we're going to incidents like this, it's always in the back of our mind, where's my family? Where's my boys? Where's my wife? So I think we're all, you know, we're human. We're all in this same thing together. You know, but we're the ones making these decisions today, going forward, that can maybe prevent these things from happening in the future. And that's what you got to take away from this, is that, you know, one bad decision, again, doesn't necessarily mean you have to have another one or a third, okay? There's always people out there that are willing to help and to hear. Don't ever hesitate to reach out to somebody, especially if the decision is between driving impaired or getting a safe ride from somebody. Don't put your classmates, don't put your family in that position. Don't put us in that position, because it impacts all of us. Okay? I tell you what, we really appreciate all of your time today and coming out here and taking part of this. I hope there was plenty that you took away from it. I'm sure any one of us out here, if you ever had any other questions, please feel free to ask. Okay? We're always here. That's what we're here for. We're here to help. That's really the end of the presentation that we have it. I would like to thank all of our partners that have helped out with this. Both school districts. We've got Sublette County Sheriff's Office, Wyoming State Highway Patrol, Sublette County Unified Fire. We've got our coroner. We've got Sublette County Rural Healthcare District. This was kind of an all hands on deck thing for all of us. And it's important to us that you guys take away from this that, again, it's okay. You make one bad decision, reach out to somebody, we'll prevent that next bad thing from happening. But don't ever keep it to yourself. We'll try to do the same thing for us. We'll give you that mutual respect, right? So you come to us with something, we're going to take care of you in return. That's the best we can do. Thank you.
So as we disperse here, you want Pinedale around the corner.